games! Well, that was a cursed intro. Another year, another set of absolutely incredible games, and I'm so delighted I got to play the games on this list. Before we begin, I will say I haven't played absolutely every game that came out this year, so Red Dead 2, Just Cause 4, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, to name a few, aren't on this list. I know, I'm sorry, but let me tell you what is on this list. First up is... who thought tennis could be so intense? Literally anyone who's ever played tennis in real life. But seriously, Mario Tennis Aces is such a glorious game. There are few games that bring on an adrenaline rush like this one. Once you get into a match against someone who's equal in skill, you are going to be on the edge of your seat trying to win. You won't stop until you win, and neither will they, and it will almost certainly be down to who messes up first. There is a story mode, believe it or not, and the story is almost like Nintendo watched Avengers Infinity War and was like, yeah, we could rip this off. We can get away with that, right? It's basically about collecting the Infinity Stones for the Infinity Racket. No, seriously, that's it. What the actual hell was this, Nintendo? I mean, it's brilliant, but what the hell?
Mr. Mario, I'm not feeling so good.
Wonder Boy is back in Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. For the first time in 24 years, we've got a brand new entry to the Wonder Boy in Monster World series. I really enjoyed my time in Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap last year, and I had been following the development of this game shortly after, and it's certainly come a long way since then. If you're a fan of the Monster World series, then you're right at home here. Flipping brilliant controls as you transform into 6 different forms throughout the game, and brilliant design all around. In fact, the final boss is one of my favourites of all time. It's just so well crafted, I loved it. Is it a perfect game? No, but it does so many things that's right, and at the end of the day, I just had a great time with it. Oh good, let me just grab some tissues. No, not to jerk off to this outstanding, brings a tear to my eye visuals. Did I stutter? It brings tears to my eyes. Holy crap, this game is gorgeous. Shadow of the Colossus was already a masterpiece, and then they made it better. That's it, I rest my case. If you somehow haven't heard of this, you have to defeat 16 Colossi to save your sister? Girlfriend? It's never really explained, but she's dead. And killing 16 beasts and being an absolute badass is basically the only way to bring her back. Sounds simple, right? Not really, but it's the most epic thing ever. Someone in planning was like, how about an incredibly epic boss rush with the biggest monsters in gaming, and you have to climb them in different creative ways to beat them, and also you have to explore a truly gorgeous landscape to reach them. How does that sound? Oh, I don't know, is the word I'm looking for. Perfect! 'Cause it is! I like Persona. I like dancing. Persona 3 and 5 dancing is just kind of the best thing ever. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best at rhythm games, but the UI is so easy to get to grips with that any problems just sort of get thrown out the window. It's the kind of game that one day just clicks. You suddenly become good-ish. I have put far too many hours into these games because they're just so addicting. In many cases it's just a couple of songs I'll replay over and over and over again. That's the brilliant thing, I guess. The Persona soundtracks are so catchy and iconic, a rhythm game just feels right. Also, Persona 4 Dancing is bundled with the 2 games, and that is brilliant too, so thank you, Atlas. God of War is an experience, a journey that will bring you to your knees. This game has such a spectacular opening, I'd argue one of the best ever made, and it brought me to tears. It's the perfect combination of visuals, acting, and music. It all just works in a way that will move you. And then it sends you into an epic story with epic fighting, epic bosses, epic landscape to explore, epic everything. God of War is epic. I can totally see why it won Game of the Year. Any of these games coming up deserves to be Game of the Year, but this wasn't as fun for me as others on this list. So let's move on to the top 5. Detroit Become Human is one hell of an experience. It's a game that constantly surprises me. Alright, where do I start? You're in the future, 2038 to be exact, and androids are commonplace in this future. Some of them become deviants, androids who have strayed from the path, and you play as 3 different androids, all searching to achieve different goals. Connor, the detective in charge of hunting deviants. Kara, the protector and runaway alongside this little girl Alice. And Marcus, the rogue, becoming basically android Jesus. Being a David Cage game, there are multiple things that you can unlock and miss in each chapter, and each decision leads you down a different path, and then another, and another, and another, and... it's fucking brilliant! The amount of diversity is what impresses me the most. Every playthrough will be different, and trying to find what exactly changes things each time is so much fun. Going down every single path in each chapter is something I'd love to do, but it's a major time sink. You'll be at this for days upon days upon days upon days, but you'll keep experiencing new things, which is pretty awesome. The story is also fantastic. Depending on your path, you may experience things you're not wanting out of the story, but I guarantee you there'll be another path you could have taken somewhere down the line which would have changed that, and that's pretty great. Playing as Mary Jane feels like playing as Mary Jane. No one said that yet. I thought I'd break the mold a little. Fine, I'll be serious. Playing as Miles feels great in Sonic Heroes. There! I said it! Now back to Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a masterpiece. Yes, it is oversaid, but you really do feel like you're playing as Spider-Man. It's just perfection. I can't tell you the amount of hours I've just done web swinging. No missions, no stopping bad guys, I just want to swing around the city because it's just so fun. Swinging at the last possible second is an adrenaline rush unlike any other. And then there's the rest of the game that doesn't falter, doesn't slow down, and can emotionally excite and then break you. It's just an utter marvel. I wanted Celeste to win at the Game Awards. Celeste is a masterpiece. I've been following Matt Makes Games for nearly a decade. Everyone should go play An Untitled Story. It's free on his website. But Celeste was a game that really hit close to home. I had struggled with depression for a year or so prior to playing that game, and the way it talks, describes, confronts, and eases anxiety and depression has to be commended. It's a wonderful tale, but told in the most fun and beautiful way. It's a perfect platformer. Insanely hard if you go for the post-game stuff though. Like, you will suffer, but the game is just pure perfection. Matt and the rest of the team, thank you. This game was an experience I don't want to forget anytime soon, and I urge you all to try it. It's absolutely worth every second of your time, and it might just help you out one day. My favourite purpley boy is back! Spyro has had a rough road of terrible spin-offs, rebranding, and then rebranding again. But now Spyro is back in a near-perfect remaster of the original 3 games that made him great. It's just platforming bliss is what it is. I've played the original trilogy more times than I can count, and I've played this trilogy quite a few times already. It's just so fun. On a technical level, no, it's not the best made game here. There are some glitches, and nostalgia may play a part to some degree, but this is a gorgeous looking game, and just never-ending fun. A game I can't stop playing, and I actually can't believe Spyro and Crash are back, and not only that, are selling extremely well. This is it! They're officially back, nothing can stop them now, and that's just fantastic. So, we've had Crash and Spyro, Medieval is coming out soon. Can we have Ape Escape, Croc, Tumby, Rayman remasters please? I need all of my childhood reborn. Super Seducer is art. The art in being a massive creep, The game is sarcastic and ironic. I think, I hope, and some of it is funny to a point, but the problem with this kind of thing is some people will take it seriously, and that is not okay. You released 2 games in the span of 6 months? Seriously? Fallout 76 is a scam. It's actually hilarious in an oh god, people actually really got scammed sort of a way. Let's run down the list of what Bethesda did wrong, shall we? Well, besides it apparently being a buggy mess as games go. Whew, look at that user score. 3 nukes crashes the game. Whee. The Collector's Edition is where things really get hilarious and very, very bad. People who purchased the Collector's Edition were promised a canvas bag, but instead received a nylon bag. This is blatant false advertising and very, very illegal. In fact, it may not be the case now, but for some time after this was all up in the air, the ads for it were still showing a canvas bag. An employee responded to a customer saying that they didn't have the money or materials to make the proper bags and aren't going to do anything about it. I'm unsure if the employee was terminated or not because of the way they phrased things, but honestly, I really appreciate their bluntness, and it was very accurate. Bethesda decided to give 500 in-game atoms as an apology for this, which is nice. But you see, the thing is, 500 atoms gets you basically nothing in-game. It's $5 real, and it'll get you the equivalent of a door and some flowers in-game. Are you kidding? This is how you make up for it? Shortly afterwards, Bethesda's support website leaks customer names and addresses. Oh, it just keeps getting better and better! I think my favourite bit is when a reviewer, instead of receiving a copy of Fallout 76, received 2 copies of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. How does this even happen? Mirror's Edge isn't even a Bethesda game. It's not associated with Bethesda in any way. How does this make? It makes no sense. How does this happen? I think there's something to be learned here. Over time, people and companies realised that loot boxes that force you to spend an extortionate amount of money to play basic parts of the game is really stupid and should stop. Hopefully from this, companies will learn not to cut corners. It doesn't help you out in the slightest. Bethesda's image has been badly damaged by this. They'll bounce back, companies always do when they're swamped by controversy, but it's still not good for them or a good practice for the industry. But you know what? I've talked about a fake #1 for an embarrassingly long amount of time, mainly because it was funny. So, let's move on to the real #1. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is truly the ultimate version of Smash. Everyone is here, everyone is dead, everyone is online, everyone is experiencing lag, everyone is crashing the game with Isabelle, everyone sucks as many characters, everyone has that one character they just fucking decimate with, everyone has been said 8 times already, that's good stuff. Seriously though, I adore this game, I am addicted. Yeah, there are a couple of glitches here and there, and lag can be an issue online, but the World of Light story mode is incredible with hundreds upon hundreds of battles with different gimmicks thanks to the spirits. The act of collecting and leveling up your spirits is also addicting. Unlocking each character is addicting. Classic mode is addicting. Heck, running away from a black hole in classic mode is addicting. Saying everyone and addicting is addicting. I just can't get enough of this game. I just love it. I can play for hours and it doesn't feel like it's been that long. I can suck and lose over and over and over again and just not care because it's so much fun. And that's the beauty of it. There are characters I haven't played as much, but if I give them a chance, I might be really good at. And I look forward to experiencing that. And I certainly can't wait to play as the Joker from Persona 5. I certainly did never see it come. So dumb. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to playing Smash with my mates. I've got some matches to lose. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me, what's your favourite game of the year? Was it Smash Bros? Was it something else? I'd love to know. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share the video, subscribe, tweet out, Twitter, Reddit, blah blah. But yeah, I very much appreciate everything you've done for me this past year. All new subscribers, every comment you make, every like you click. It truly, I read them all. It means a lot. It really does. So thank you very much. And yeah, let's make 2019 an epic year, shall we? Take care, everyone. Bye bye.